Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, taxi operator gunned down in Sligoville. A 49-year-old taxi operator was fatally shot in Sligoville, St. Catherine on Thursday. He is Tyrone Boley of James Mountain District in Sligoville. It is reported that about 1 p.m., Boley drove a car and parked along the Jackson Main Road in the district and went to cut a post. While doing so, he was attacked and shot repeatedly by unknown assailants. The police were summoned, and upon arrival, Boley's body was observed on the roadway with a gunshot wound to the head and upper body. The Sligoville police are probing the incident. 4 implicated in massive gun find freed. 4 persons, including an alleged gangster and 3 Americans who were implicated in a massive gun find in a warehouse at the wharf in Kingston in March 2022, were on Friday freed of gun charges. The defendants were found not guilty after their lawyers made successful no-case submissions in which they argued that the prosecution did not provide any evidence to support the charges against their clients in the gun court. The alleged gangster Godfrey Martin, otherwise called Rev, a St. Elizabeth businessman, also said to be a top-tier member of the New York-based 90s gang, was acquitted of illegal importation of firearm, illegal importation of ammunition, conspiracy to import a firearm, and a conspiracy to import ammunition. Sherilyn McLean, the girlfriend of the 51-year-old businessman, along with Americans 32-year-old Fitzroy Johnson of Atlanta, Georgia, and Jermaine Baker and the 36-year-old chef of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, were also acquitted on similar charges. A third U.S. national, 42-year-old Dervon Brown, a construction worker of Bronx, New York, was also implicated in the matter, but was shot and killed last November. The 4 were charged following the illegal gun found on March 4, 2022. 3 rifles, 18 handguns, and 2,216 rounds of ammunition were discovered after customs officers detected a suspicious package and summoned the contraband enforcement team. Rev was arrested on August 7 last year at a popular party in St. Anne, while McLean was arrested and charged on September 13. Johnson, who investigators say had entered into an arrangement and had allegedly paid for 5 of the illegal guns, was arrested at the Norman Manley International Airport on his arrival in the island on November 3 last year. Attorneys at law Jacqueline Samuels Brown and Everton Dewar represented Martin, Kemar Robinson represented Johnson, and Vincent Wellesley represented McLean. Attorney at law Donahue Martin appeared for Baker. Man wins a court award after doctor failed to refer him to ophthalmologist in time. A budding entertainer who lost his left eye because of the negligence of a general practitioner who failed to promptly refer him to an eye specialist has been awarded $8.6 million plus interest. The claimant, Steve Wright, who had visited the defendant Venka Gudapati on March 2, 2012 with an eye infection before he was referred to a specialist 28 days later, was deemed 10% contributory negligent by the Supreme Court. Having regard to the length of time that he had the eye infection, the delicate nature of the eye, the fact that the eye drops were not working, and because he was in pain, I believe that the claimant ought to have more swiftly sought treatment elsewhere after March 14, 2012 to prevent his condition worsening, Justice Natalie Hart-Hines said in the judgment published last month. The judge also considered that Wright sought the advice of another medical doctor and waited 2 days before going to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he was referred after the doctor told him that his eye was in a very bad condition. Hart-Hines, however, found that Gudapati was negligent in his duty of care, which was supported by an ophthalmologist at the KPH, Dr. Kevin Waite, whose view was that Wright's eye could have been saved if he was referred to a specialist on the first or second visit. Furthermore, he said the standard of care given to Wright was not of the standard required or expected of general practitioners. Hart-Hines also relied on the defendant's medical expert, a pharmacist, Dr. Donald Cameron Swaby, who noted that the patient should have been referred to a specialist if the symptoms failed to improve after 1 week or earlier if the condition were worsening. Wright, who had visited the doctor in pain with his eyes swollen, said he had 3 consultations before being referred to the Cuban Eye Clinic. He then went to see another doctor, Dr. Lloyd Brooks, who gave him a referral for the KPH, where he received further treatment and the surgery to remove his left cornea and the contents of his eyeballs. Goodapati had diagnosed Wright on the first visit with keratitis and inflammation of the left cornea, as well as a fungal skin condition commonly referred to as liver spots. According to the doctor, when he first examined Wright, he observed that the left eye was swollen and the left cornea had a tiny white patchy area in the left lower quadrant, but the patient had a normal vision. Consequently, he said he prescribed 2 Verdex eye drops to be used 3 times a day for 1 week and advised Wright to wear sunglasses to help alleviate any stress on his eyes and to return to his office if there was no improvement. The defendant also contended that he had prescribed Turbicil once a day for 2 weeks and a Turbicare cream to treat the skin condition. The doctor, however, said when he saw Wright on March 30, he diagnosed him with a corneal leucoma, which he explained was a healed patch or scar of the cornea consequent to keratitis. According to the practitioner, he gave the appropriate treatment to the claimant. He also alleged that he had properly examined the claimant's eye before prescribing treatment, while denying that he had prescribed the wrong medication. He also denied the allegation that he failed to notice the deterioration of the claimant's condition, or that, having observed the continued deterioration of the claimant's eye, he failed to refer him to a specialist promptly. However, Hart-Hines, in her judgment, said a doctor must provide medical treatment with reasonable care, utilizing an appropriate level of knowledge and skill to address the patient's condition. Where the doctor does not have the requisite skill or competence, he should refer the patient to a specialist. The evidence of delay in referring the claimant to a specialist and the evidence that the 2 Verdex medication was inadequate to address the claimant's condition and may have worsened his symptoms are sufficient for me to find on a balance of probabilities that the claimant would not have lost his left eye but for the negligence of the defendant. As a result, she awarded him $9 million in general damages for his pain and suffering and the loss of amenities plus 3% interest per year from November 11, 2014 to May 14, 2024, special damages of $94,000 plus 3% interest from November 11, 2014 to May 14, 2024, and the US $2,875. The judge, however, deducted 10% from the general damages. John Graham, King's Counsel, and Lorna Gay Gooden represented Goodapati, while Raymond Samuel appeared for Wright. Legal showdown between Juliet Holness's company and Charlene Ashley delayed to October. The continuation of the legal fight between a company owned by businesswoman and lawmaker Juliet Holness and the marketing consultant Charlene Ashley has been pushed back to October. The trial, which started in May 2023, was set to continue in the Supreme Court on Thursday and Friday. It was previously adjourned in January. However, at the start of Thursday's hearing, Rose Bennett Cooper, the attorney for the company JAJ Development and Holdings Limited, told the court that she was not well. The parties later agreed for the trial to continue on October 14 to 17. Justice David Batts is presiding over the case. Bennett Cooper and Cedia Smith from Bennett Cooper Smith represented JAJ, while John Clark and Andre Moulton, instructed by Knight Jr. and Samuels, appeared for Ashley. Holness, a member of Parliament, Speaker of the House of Representatives, and the wife of the Prime Minister, and Ashley were present in court. Health challenges with Ashley have also delayed the case. JAJ sued Ashley in 2020 to obtain the splintered title for the land on which its incomplete $800 million apartment complex is located in Leah's Flat, St. Andrew. The company bought a piece of the property on which Ashley lives in 2012 for $22 million. Ashley's portion is Lot 1, while JAG's is Lot 2. Ashley is to get an apartment as a part payment. A condition of the sales of agreement was for Ashley to deliver a splintered title, which was requested weeks after the transaction in October 2012. Ashley claims that she could not produce the title because of problems with the subdivision and the company's alleged failure to turn over drawings of the development. She said the drawings were provided in 2020. The subdivision would force the removal of her present gateway. Ashley provided a title in December 2022, but Holness said it does not comply with the sales agreement because the width of the access road that straddles the two lots 5 meters short of the 8 meters allegedly agreed. She also said the width was below the Kingston and the St. Andrew Municipal Corporation's minimum requirement of 6.2 meters. Bennett Cooper had accused Ashley of trying to steal some of the land from the access road, a claim Ashley has rejected. Although the drawing on the agreement includes a reserve road for the development, Ashley claimed in court that Holness intended to use land acquired from a neighbor to create the access road for the apartment complex. But Holness hit back, saying she sought to use the access road that came with her lot after building out on the other piece of land that she bought. Ashley has also countered JAG, accusing it of trespassing on her lot and breaching the sales agreement by destroying concrete structures, including a border wall, to build the access road to the apartment complex. Holness has denied the allegations. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.